Hey y'all, I want to talk about this dream I had. So first off, I had been watching a video that this lady on Facebook, she was like speaking that God gave her a dream. So I was watching it, and me and my daughter were watching it, and we're like, what does that mean? Because it says in the Bible that the sky will darken. Okay, and then you hear other people like saying like God spoke to them and said the sky would darken for 3 days and 3 nights. Do not come outside. Do not have wondering eyes and listening ears. Do not want to know what's going on out there. Do not open your door. And I was like, what? And me and my daughter were like, it will, because the lady was like, it will sound like someone relatives outside your door knocking. And we're like, but wait, how that gonna happen? We like, So then, I was like, no, honey. When I tell you I shouldn't ask the question, I shouldn't ask the question. Okay? I shouldn't ask the question. I was scared. Okay? I was in this house scared. My husband went to work, so I had prayed. I had prayed, I was reading my Bible the night before I woke up early in the morning. Before he went to work, it was like, he goes to work about 5, so I was reading the Bible like 3. When I tell you something, I went to sleep. I got done talking to my husband about 7. I was talking to him about what I read because it was too good to keep to myself, Okay, too much to myself. So, literally, I was like, I don't know what that meant. But anyways, the point is, I was sleeping, and it was like my husband was home from work. So he came home from work. So I turned over. It was like, oh, you remember what we're talking about? And it was his voice and his body, everything. And I was like, yeah, why? And I think I rolled over and looked at him, so I got to see what he looked like. And he looked just like my husband, honey, coming from work, looked the same. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I just was talking to him. And then as the spirit came closer to me, it sounded like a roaring lion. A roaring lion, like, or a demon. I don't know what it sounded like. It was like, rrr. It scared living. I was scared, okay? But I wasn't that scared. I was just like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Okay? But anyways, the point is, yeah, as it got closer to me, I couldn't move, and it sounded like roaring, and I realized it wasn't my husband. Okay. When I tell you I turned over, like, I couldn't turn over. I just couldn't move. And it felt like something had a hand over my mouth. And literally, when I was like, I was like muffled. What I was saying was muffled. I was saying, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. But I couldn't say it. So it sounded like somebody had a hand on my mouth. And so I was like, wait. I was like, and then finally I was able to say, in Jesus' name, out loud. And then I woke up, and then that's when it was like, it just went away, and it was like static, like a radio sound, like I was like, what? And I woke up like, I was in a frenzy, okay? I was panicking because I've never had this before. And I was like, Lord, is that what you're trying to tell me? I had to search my heart and search and talk to God and be like, was that from you or was that from the devil? Because I had been talking to some people that I don't think the devil wanted me to talk to because I think he got a chokehold on them. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to figure it out because I was trying to talk, trying to get them to know the word. So I was a little questioning, like, was it from you or was it from him? Because I'm confused. So I was trying to figure it out. But then he came to me again. I know this was the devil. I know this was the devil right here. I know it was the devil because, and that's how I know I'm going through spiritual warfare and I'm trying to beat. When I tell you, but the devil is using all the strategies that he can get me because he know I'm weak on my cell phone. He trying to get me, like, my concentration, because I used to read my Bible every night. and I pray and all this stuff. And I do studying. I'll study for like 2 hours. So reading my Bible and I take notes. My concentration, like the other night, I literally had the Bible in my lap and not one time did I pick it up to read it. That's a sign of spiritual warfare also. Definitely when you were already doing it. Doom. Literally, your girl couldn't even, I was like, let me just go to bed and do this tomorrow, Scrolling. Just scrolling. That's the devil's weapon also. Your phones are the devil's weapons also. You may think it's something else, but that's it too. But no, he came to me in another dream, and this time he appeared as my mother. And I was talking to my mom, and her voice sounded normal. She looked normal. It was like around February, like coming up, like for Black History Month. And she sounded normal. Then we started talking some more. Then she got very dark and cold and started quoting scriptures. And I was like about to ask her, like, why are you talking like this? And then finally I looked her dead in her face. Like a black spirit jumped out at me. First off, it said, I denied him, but will you? I was like, what? And then it was like, I denied him, but will you? And then it just, I woke up. I couldn't move that. Like my husband was sitting at the foot of the bed because he was like, you can take you a nap because I didn't go to sleep until like 10 o'clock that morning. So then, because I had been up reading my study in my Bible, that literally I thought it was 7 o'clock, but it was 10 o'clock. So he let me get a nap in or whatever. Y'all, the devil is real. Demons are real. Like, I didn't know, but like when in the Bible it say, them 3 days, don't open your door. Don't worry about what's going on outside. Don't even want to know. You need to be in your house praying and seeking God's face. And do not cease, okay? Do not cease. Because when I tell you, if the devil got that kind of trickery up his sleeve, that he gonna look like my husband, you best to bet he'll look like some of y'all's cousins, mamas, grandmas, friends, sisters. Don't open the door. It may sound like them, but it ain't them. Don't open that door. When I tell you, time I said in Jesus' name, that thing flee. Play with it if you want to. Because the devil trying to pull out all the tricks that he can pull out. He trying to pull out everything because he know that appointed time is coming. That appointed time is coming. That the demons even fear it. Revelations is coming, baby. God's wrath is going to pour out. And it's time for us to get it together. Get it together, get it together, get it together, get it together. I can't even say it. I'm trying to get my whole house in order. My physical house, my physical temple. But I'm talking about these kids in this house too, because look now, these children, these middle schoolers, these children are not at that school for no reason. These children are not on them sports teams for no reason. They're not set up for this different stuff for no reason. Everybody has an assignment. Everybody has an assignment, and we're going to have to answer for the time that we used on this earth for how we used it. For how we used our time on this earth, we have to get it together. I don't care if you got 30 more minutes. Use your 30 minutes. If you got 2 days, use your 2 days, because we are going to get accounted for the time that we spent on this earth and what we do with our time. Everybody has an assignment. Y'all need to use it. Use it. Everybody has an assignment for God's kingdom. Everybody can have a gift from God. Everybody can have one. You got it from a relationship. A relationship with Christ. Because I don't want him to say, I didn't know you, and cast me into hell. Because we didn't have a relationship. You could say, well, I read my Bible, I went to church. Where's your relationship? Form a relationship. Because this world seems so much fun. It seems so cool to do everything that everybody else doing. You can't do what everybody else doing. You serving awesome God. You can't do what everybody else is doing. Because you were his child. And he said only the children will inhabit his kingdom. So therefore, we have to be childlike to inhabit God's kingdom. That means humble, because kids are humble. These little 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds, they humble. They want to know more. Tell me something else, mommy. Tell me something else, daddy. They want to know more. That's how we have to be for God. You got to want to be seeking him more. Learn to know more about him. He said only children was inhabit his kingdom. And that's not just saying children as in babies. You got to have childlike hearts. Unharden your heart so you can see the light. You ain't gonna, that's why I was telling my husband, you can't be in heaven cussing. So you gonna stop cussing now? You can't do that. You can't be in heaven cussing somebody out. You can't be in heaven having a bad attitude. What? That don't mix. That's like oil and vinegar. Is that what? Oil and water. It don't mix. It don't mix. Light and darkness don't mix. You know, the attitude is like darkness. But when you're happy, there's light, because you can brighten somebody's day when their day is dark, when they're having a bad day. So, y'all, go with light every day that you're walking through this earth. Be someone's light. Be someone's light. And if you got a little word for them, pass the word out. You know what I'm saying? Because you may get them on our side with God, you know? We got to get many people in the kingdom of heaven, because I do not want anybody to perish. I do not have everlasting life. I do not. But that's my dream, y'all. That's my dream, y'all. That's it. PK signing out.